guys, welcome back to a brand new episode. And today, our guest is all the way from Hollywood, Sam Song Lee. Welcome to Head Over Heels.
That was a heck of an intro. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
No,
Yeah.
you're a heck of an individual that we've never had ever on the show, like fresh from Hollywood.
Oh my goodness.
So we're I think everybody's kind of like, we've got lots of questions. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You look red carpet ready also.
I know. I have to give a show. Wow, this is a deep.
Oh, no.
Deep,
The ladies would
deep
love it.
V.
The
Whoa,
ladies
whoa,
would love
whoa.
it. That's okay. Keep the button off.
I have to give a shout out to, can we
please.
address the elephant in the room?
Of course, please do.
Yes, I have to give a shout out to this very, very incredible blazer that was offered by the wonderful Peony Sin of Rafflesia, who suggested I wear this, and
local Malaysian designer.
Designer, yes.
You are repping our country so well. We love it. But Sam, right off the bat, your Instagram says you're a little unhinged.
Just a little bit.
In what way are you unhinged? I just met you, so I don't know much about you just yet, and we are getting to know.
Yeah. In what way am I unhinged?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I feel like there's so many levels. There's levels to this.
Okay.
There's levels to this.
Break it down for me.
I'm
going right in.
What's the audience of this podcast?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just give it to us.
Unhinged. Well, let's look up the word. What is the? Okay. I'm so curious. Can someone look up the dictionary?
The phone is right behind the one with
unhinged.
You know what? The one with the charm. No, the one with the charm. Sorry. Yeah, I will just Google it right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
I want to know.
So
what
you put it on your bio without knowing the meaning of the word. I love it.
I know what it means to me, but I want to take a diplomatic answer to this question.
No, we're not doing diplomatic on the show. Okay, come.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh.
What is?
Unhinged. Mentally unbalanced, deranged.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I feel like my content is a little unhinged in the sense that I like to make content around things that people don't like to talk about. People don't like to necessarily speak about, like things that are maybe a little too real that it hurts.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Because you come to my page and you will see it. I'm not shy. I won't shy away from it.
Yeah.
So the content's a little unhinged.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm also going to address the elephant in the room, right? Like for our healers, our audience listening to this right now, you played Bruce's son on The Brother's Son, a Netflix show that premiered last year. I feel like it's so fresh. I feel like I just watched it last year, less than a year.
Yeah, it just came out recently.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That you're here now.
Yeah.
Like I watched you on TV, dude.
I heard it was very popular in Malaysia,
yes,
right?
Actually it was.
Yeah,
because obviously we love Michelle Yeoh. She's like our
she's
pride and
Malaysian
joy.
queen.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's from my high school.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
I'm from Ipoh, the same town that she was from, and I was told that Michelle Yeoh goes to the same school as I do. It's convent, by the way. Shout out convent girls.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not the point. But
guess who's ready to win her next Oscar?
Well, that's you. But what was that like?
Man, it was a life. I mean, to put it bluntly, it was a life-changing experience.
Yeah.
Like, I think about the caliber of talent she is, how she carried herself, and I think she really took on like a mentor role for all of us, for everybody, including the producers, directors, showrunners. I think something that Michelle does is she has had so much experience in this industry. She's worked for so long that every set she goes onto, every set that she joins, she really kind of mentors in a way, she kind of shows us the ropes, shows us her tricks, and really sort of sets a tone for the culture of the set. And I think the one thing that she did very quickly that I really admire, that I feel like when I speak with other actor friends of mine or even my own acting experience, something that is a major difference I see on working on The Brother's Son with Michelle as opposed to other shows, is that we turned that production into a family. And a lot of productions say that. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's a family, blah, blah, blah. But like, I feel like it was, here's the difference. It was an Asian family.
Right.
And I think Asian family, if you know, obviously with the theme of the show, family is everything.
Yes.
Family is very, very important. So I feel like we really bonded in a way that I've just never experienced on other sets, or when I talk to my colleagues, they say they don't really experience on their sets as well. Like, I feel like every single person I met on that show will be a lifelong friend of mine.
And are you guys still in touch?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm actually visiting one Justin Chen of the brother's son, Mr. Charles' son himself, in Taiwan, like next week.
No way.
Yeah. We're gonna
say hi to him for us.
For us.
For us.
Just for us.
Wait, for real though, how is he in person?
Justin,
he was so intimidating on the show.
So intimidating on the show.
Yeah,
he's a big sweetheart. He's a big teddy bear. Like, I think he is someone that I've come to realize is so hardworking, yet strikes the balance of knowing how to have fun. And it's interesting because I feel like both me and him, we had quite a method approach to working together. Like, in the sense that when we first met on the show, we didn't really know each other.
Yeah.
And we were bonded as brothers through being cast as brothers.
Yeah.
But when he was working, he was very serious, and he was like very like intense with his process. And I was like a big goofball on set, but I realized that we're the same. We're like two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
And we actually exchange roles like in real life, if that makes sense. Like, he's a big goofball, and I think I could be quite intense.
Right,
as
in
well.
real life.
Yeah, so I've just come to realize, like, oh, you're not like the person you're on the show. And he's like, oh, you're also not like the person on the show.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really interesting balance that I feel like we didn't get to know until after the show.
I love that. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
Like, I'm always curious. Obviously, this is like such a big role, I'm sure, for you.
Yeah, life-changing.
Right, life-changing, like you said.
Role.
So if I were to go back in time to the time when they told you, hey, Sam, you got the role.
Yeah.
What was that like? I know you've said this many times before, but we haven't heard it.
Yes. Oh my God, they were so mean. They played a prank on me.
What?
They played a prank on me. Yes. They called me, and usually when you're like close to a role, sometimes they'll let you know, or sometimes they'll like give you a call to be like, hey, we moved on to a different direction or whatever. So they called me, and then our casting director, Jenny Ju, was like, hey, like, just the tone was like so sad, right? Like the qualities of her voice and her mannerism. And I was like, hey, listen, you worked really hard in the auditions, and it's a difficult decision for us at Netflix to make, and there's a lot of moving pieces, and we just want to say you worked so hard.
Oh my God, that.
I was like, yeah, okay, like, just give it to me, okay, just let me know. Like, in my house, I was like dying inside.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, so we wanna just first thank you, but I'm gonna give the phone to our director, to our director Kevin, and then so she gives the phone to Kevin, and then Kevin was like, hey man, like, just like that, like, hey man,
I can't hold it in.
Yeah, just want to let you know we really appreciated your work. I was like, why is this taking so long? This is like so sad, And I'm like trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, but we thought you were really great. And it was like a long pause, and I was like,
was he laughing?
No, they were.
Right, they did serious. Okay.
And I was like, okay, yeah, just okay. Like, that's usually the time when they're like, okay, like, you're really great, so thanks. But
thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye. We moved on.
Yeah.
They were like, but yeah, you were really great. So we want to give you the role. Really? Why did you have to do all of that? It was so mean. It was so mean.
So mean.
Going back, but no, I just remembered bursting out laughing and was like, why did you guys say it that way? I was like, why did you guys say it that way? And then he laughs and he's like, because it's more fun.
Yeah, it is more fun thinking back too. And like, my, I can only imagine, because like, you were brilliant on the show.
Oh,
obviously, I feel like it's so different, because when I first saw you during Bella's birthday party, I was like, feels a bit different, because obviously on the show, like, a bit more nerdy.
Yeah.
Right? Dorky and sweatpants all the time. But like, you're hella fashionable in real life. And rip AF, can I just say, because, he took off his shirt.
Chill.
I'm just saying. So like, did you have to really prepare for that role? Like,
yeah. Well, No, it's really, really interesting because I actually get this a lot. Like the amount of times I meet someone in real life and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't even recognize you," or like, "You're so different from who you are on the show." I get that a lot. So that's like a very common question.
Yeah.
And I just, first of all, I think what an honor. Like what a pleasure, what an honor to be able to have left that kind of impression. Because when I first started acting, I have always the reason why I fell in love with this art, performing arts, was like the ability of these actors I saw that I really admired transform on screen or on stage and turn into these like different people that I couldn't even recognize.
Yeah.
And I think I always have really appreciated that. And if you look at my past work in acting, even before anything I've actually done professionally, like a lot of the more low key, theater stuff or short films I worked on, because my acting career I'm still quite early in my stage of my career. I would say, right? I've always taken a liking to like roles that really challenged me, or I would try to transform myself into different pieces of who I am and try to challenge myself. Oh, sorry, and try to transform myself into different pieces of who I am and try to transform myself. But at the time, what's really interesting was that I was working as a content creator for a comedy channel. So,
before this role.
Yes.
Okay.
I was working as a full-time content creator, and a lot of the content I would make are these skits where I would do a lot of improv and I would be very goofy with them, and it was really fun. And so at that time, I felt like I really understood who this Bruce person is, this person who wanted to be an improv comedian, who wanted to make people laugh, but also had parents that didn't want that for them. But all of that is masking his own kind of insecurities of, is he going to make it in this world, and wanting to be a people pleaser. Bruce is very much a people pleaser. And I think all of that is a culmination of exactly how I was feeling in life. And I think they saw that. The casting team, the directors, the producers saw that, and they were really stoked to have casted me, because I think I was very much going through that. But I've always been someone who's wanted to challenge myself and transform kind of who I am and the kind of characters I can take on. So, I think
actors, they really do take pride in that, because it is hard work. Right? Like, for example, to like put on weight just for a role, or like lose weight just for a role. Did you have to like put on weight for the role? Or
no, a lot of people also ask that too. I didn't have to. In fact, actually, Bruce was described as like extremely skinny. He was described as extremely skinny, but I think I really leaned into who I thought this character was.
Right. So you embodied your way.
I just embodied the way that I saw how this person would see life.
Right.
And I just completely let myself go of who I felt like this person was.
And the directors, and they were okay with that?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's some freedom in like taking on roles. Like, how does that work?
Yeah. No, I mean, every project is different, but I feel like I worked with a team who was so open to figuring out this show and collaborating, and they did such a good job of leading me in the right direction, but also giving me all of the room, the creative abilities to really do what I think was best for this character, because I think they knew I understood this character the best.
Yeah, and you nailed it. We loved it.
Oh, thank you.
We loved it. And also, of course, like your chemistry with Michelle and Justin. Don't give me that face. But yeah, for real, how has your life changed since? It's been about a year only since it premiered. But when did you guys shoot it, actually? Shot it?
Do you remember? We shot it in 2023.
Oh, that's not too long before the premiere.
It wasn't too long. We waited about a year and a half.
Right, because some shows I heard that they will film it like 5 years before and then they release.
Yeah. Some shows take longer. Generally, it's shorter. I actually felt like our show took a while to come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took a little bit longer. Okay. But usually the shows that take longer, or the movies that take longer, are like very CGI heavy.
Right.
So like, because they have to like take all the footage and then like build the world.
Yeah.
So that takes time. But wait, what was the question?
How has your life changed since?
I think it's still pretty normal.
Really?
I think. I mean, it's cool. Like, I feel like a lot of How has it changed? I don't know.
Get recognized more?
Yeah. I think I was a little bit used to it because I'd like worked in social media.
Right.
And I was used to like getting recognized for my content and stuff. But I do think this was on like a different level.
Different level, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, on a different level.
Like just yesterday, someone wanted you to sit on her lap.
What?
Was that not what you told me? Like you saw somebody, like a fan?
Maybe. I can neither confirm nor deny those claims. I feel like people are very, you know what it is? It's when I was getting recognized for social media, I think the level of appreciation was like, oh, like that person made me smile today, and it's like very short bits. But I felt like getting recognized for the brother's son, the difference is I think it's left a big impact on some people because some people watched it with their entire family.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a TV show, right?
Yeah.
So they might have spent 8 hours watching
Yeah.
and following that story that I was a part of.
Yeah.
So I think it left a bigger impact on them.
Then you.
Yeah. There was one time where in New York, I was like a little bit blown away by it. Was the only time it happened, and I do feel like that was like something that was very memorable. That I feel like it's not that like my life has changed, because I feel like my life is still very much the same. I'm still a person. I still like live my life exactly the same way, you know. I mean, sometimes I'll catch like more stares because maybe I think they might like recognize me,
Like,
or
oh,
I have a
that guy.
familiar face.
Yeah.
You know, but I still very much feel like my life has been the same. I mean, I do think there are some perks that are probably like I am not fully aware of, but that is like intangible that comes with just like being like known, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. There was one, back to the story, right?
Yes,
So there was one time I was in New York, and then somebody like saw me and was like, "Oh my God, you're the guy from the show. You're the guy from Brother's Son." And then I was having a conversation, and then I was like, I was genuinely curious about like how she thought of the show or what was her experience with it, because I always love asking people that when I have the chance to. And she was sharing it, and she was talking about watching it with her family, and she had some issues with her family because she felt like she resonated with the content of the show of wanting to do their own thing outside of, and like not getting the validation of their family. You know, it's a very East meets West sort of cultural collide. And then she was talking about it, and then I could tell it kind of really hit a soft spot in her heart, and she started tearing up.
Oh no.
She started crying, and I was like, oh my God, like that was like, it was so special, and it was such an honor to have elicited that kind of emotion from someone, that my work has caused someone to feel that way. And I think that was a moment where I was like, wow, I think maybe some people were really, really touched by this.
I personally like to call it the invisible impact that you may not see sometimes.
Invisible
like
impact.
It's there, the impact is there, but you may not be able to see it till like small moments like this.
Yeah, right.
Truly, because
Right.
I guess for all of us, mostly from the Asian culture, we can totally relate to your role as well, wanting to like pursue your improv thing, your acting thing. But mom's like, are you still doing that thing?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so you do it, and then the first paycheck comes in, and then your mom's like, oh my God, I knew you were so good all along. Yes.
But like, let's kind of like flip it to real life, like Sam, not Bruce anymore.
Yeah.
What is that like in real life? Obviously, like pursuing acting is not something that most Asian parents would like encourage at first. Did you get your parents' approval to pursue this, or how did that come about? Or should we go back in time a little?
Yes, let's go back in time.
Yes.
Take us back. Everybody, take a breath.
3 deep breather in.
The
and
year
out.
was 20. No. I think my mom was not supportive in the beginning, and for good reason. I think she's always been somebody who really loved me and really cared for my well-being, my own happiness, almost sometimes like to the point of like doing more detriment to our relationship than good. But they don't know that, you know. Asian parents don't know that. They're so passionate about their love and their perspective of love, their method of how they want to show that love, right? And she was not very supportive in the beginning. So she sort of was like, hey, you do whatever you want. like being very passive aggressive in the beginning. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then when mom says do whatever you want, it never means do whatever you want.
Means no.
Yeah. And then as soon as I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this and apply, she's like, are you serious? So we got into like an argument, and she like was not really happy because she didn't want me to do it. And she was right. I remembered she asked me a question. She was like, if you want to do this, great, but how many people look like you on screen?
Oh, she said that.
She asked me that question. She said, how many name all the people that look like you on screen right now? And I went, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, John Cho, Steven Yun. And then I was like, oh shit, that's 4. And she's like, exactly. So what makes you think you could do it?
Wow.
And I just remember thinking that night, like, shit, I think she's right. And planting that seed of doubt, again, for good reason, right? It was like, it came from a place of logic. But I think I was just too curious. And when you're young, when you're 17, you're so naive about the world, which is a good thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing, because it gives you that like blind confidence to chase something so ridiculous. And I think that's exactly what it took to even be an actor, let alone an Asian American actor, right? And I just remember thinking to myself, that's fine. I have 80 years to do this. I can make it work. I could do this. And I can tell things were kind of changing. Like I had like a gut feeling, because like this is when like Ryan Higa, Kev Jumba, all of these Wang Fu, all of these OG Asian YouTubers were starting to take off. And I was like, man, we're one step away. We're literally one industry away.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
And so I just did it anyway. And my mom was very resistant. But I just remembered at one point I talked her into it, because I felt something when I was in film school. I felt something when I was in the acting program in the acting conservatories. And it was and I remember telling my mom that regardless of what happens in my acting career, regardless if I make money or not, I don't regret my decision of becoming an actor and spending 2 years of acting school to do this, because if there's one thing that acting has taught me, it's to become a better person. It's to have more empathy for the world. And I shared all of the ways that I had empathy, and I talked about all of the nuances that I never had the emotional EQ of understanding in our relationship when I was growing up with her. And I think when I broke all of that down, because acting teaches you that, storytelling teaches you that. That's why I wanted to be an actor. That's why I wanted to be a storyteller, is because it changed my perspective of the world. It was like waking up from the Matrix. Like, I think I just understood more of like a lot of these things that I think I never thought about emotionally. And I told her all of that, and I broke it down, and she was like, you grew up.
Aww.
After that conversation, she was in tears, and she was like, you grew up. And I don't know if it's acting or what it is. It seems like it, but you've changed, and I can tell you really love this. You have my support.
Oh, wow.
And so for years, she she supported me. She would say I could tell it was always like rubbing her the wrong way, because she just wants me to make money, right? Yeah. Asian parents are like, they just want to be successful and make money. So she was like giving me some resistance. But then the first paycheck came in from the brother's son, and she was like, I've been your biggest fan since day one. Okay, Mom. Okay.
Oh, God. I feel like as Asian kids, we have it rough, but looking back in hindsight, you can now laugh at it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the moment, it's always a little tense, but time heals all. And I think after some time, it's like, I'm blessed that of everything that's played out the way it is. Like, I have no regrets for how everything played out.
And I don't know, maybe your mom being tough on you made you the way you are too. Yeah. To think a lot more critically about your decisions.
Yes. Right? I think so too.
Yeah.
Oh, she would be smiling. My mom would be giggling right now with joy. She told me that. I remember one day I was like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, I'm so frustrated. You don't support me. And she's like, good. Take this hatred, take this passion, and use it as fuel. I was like,
that's not the point, but
that's not the point. She'd be, yeah.
Aw.
She's smiling if she heard that.
Oh, okay. Do you think she'll be like listening to? Does she like listen to your stuff or watch your stuff?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
She likes to look at, yeah.
Like she supports silently.
Yeah, she
Not to-
she
yeah.
supports silently.
Yeah, like my mom. Sometimes she
Yeah.
drop me a like here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom can't really speak English, so like I know she
Oh.
doesn't know what I'm saying in the video, but I get a like from her. For me, it's like okay, I like
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
don't mind it. Yeah, it's nice.
No.
Yeah. So you talked about Asian stereotypes a little earlier just now, right? Like, you know, being an Asian American trying to make it, like your mom saying, how many people are there who looks like you? So how is that changing in Hollywood? I feel like we don't know. We are the one watching the final production, right? You guys are going through the process. So what is it like now?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would like to be carefully optimistic. First of all, let me just preface by saying I think this is the best time to be Asian American in Hollywood. Never have we had opportunities that we have now. You know, in the history of this industry, do we have the opportunities and the awareness of the lack of diversity that's happened, and now the effort to boost that and to increase that. But I still think we have some work to do.
Still a long way to go.
But I still think we have some ways to go. I wouldn't say it's long.
Some ways.
But I would say it's some ways. I think that I think Hollywood cares about money. Right? That's the number one thing that is running the industry. And it's even more prominent now. It's even more obvious that it's about money because we're kind of in a recession. If you think about it, right? We've never had so much layoffs and changes in the industry, so many strikes, you know. So I do feel like that is causing a lot of strain, and it's causing networks to care even more about money. But I think if it's for the culture, we can't just have shows and movies for the culture. It needs to have commercial impact, unfortunately. Right. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say that if you want to be an Asian actor right now, I would be carefully optimistic. Carefully optimistic. Yeah. But it has been a great time for Asians in Hollywood.
Yeah. What about the kind of roles that you typically get offered? Like, what are those like?
I wish I got offered roles.
Oh, you audition for. Hey, let's manifest that. The next time I need to get you on the pod, I need to go through your agent, you know.
10 more years. 10 more years. Okay. I think it's all kinds of things. I think it's really all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten close to all kinds of things, whether it's, you know, nervous, awkward, you know, dorky guy, boy next door.
Have you got a villain? Have you gotten a villain yet?
Not really. I don't think. I don't think I come off too villain. I was close. Actually, I will say I was close to a pretty big project where I'm not necessarily the villain, but I'm not supposed to be a likable character. Right. I kind of I'm antagonizing the main character. But I'm still very much on the hero team, not like the villain, right? Yeah. I'm not Thanos. Yeah. But like, you know, maybe I'm like Thor in that one movie where there was all the superheroes, and then he was the one that just happened to be the least liked one. Which one was that? Was that Endgame? It was the one where he got fat, you know? Yeah. Thor got fat. Everybody's like, why?
Actually, that's my favorite Thor. I don't know why. That was my favorite Thor.
Yeah, it was a cool project though. I heard I was quite close to that. You know, it would have been a big awesome. It was like a superhero sort of movie, but no. Nothing quite like that, but it's great that I'm getting close to them. So
getting there, like you said, right? Yeah. What about like a dream role? Any what's your dream role? I feel like it's so specific to every actor that I've spoken to.
It is,
right? It's so different. Some want to be a villain.
Oh man, yeah. Dream role. I think I have two categories for a dream role. One is for personal, like just selfishly who I think I like, how I see the world, and then one is the opportunity to challenge myself as an artist.
Got it.
Me personally, a dream role of mine would be to be in a rom-com that's just unhinged. Call back. Hey, unhinged. It's just an unhinged rom-com in the sense that it's just so raw and real and not pretty and not sexy and not Hollywood at all. Meaning like for example, like a 500 Days of Summer, you know, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt in 500 Days of Summer. Something that just feels so brutal and so real. Because I think I'm experiencing that. I'm at the age where I finally understand that. You know, I'm in my 20s. Yeah. I'm experiencing what love and heartbreak and, I mean, I guess in this day and age, situationship breaks and all of that, you know, all the spectrums of modern dating. Oh, geez, that is a wide spectrum.
We will get to that very shortly. Don't worry, it's in there. It's in there.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, or like a La La Land of sorts, or like a Whiplash. You know, even though that's not like a love movie. That's not a romance film, but it's very much within the realm of like realism, and it's not pretty. It's a gritty take on life and the complexities of life. Yeah. I would really love to do a movie like that. And then I think the second part is a movie that is just creatively challenging in the sense that it's transformative in a way that would push me to my limits. I mean, I've thought about it. There isn't anything like really specific, but like, you know, a project like, I mean, this is going to be a very wide spectrum, but like something like, you know, like Heath Ledger or I
was going to say that.
Yeah, you know, or, you know, Jared Leto, like something like The Joker, but maybe not The Joker, because that I doubt the pressure of doing something like that. And also Asian Joker, nah. Too ahead of its time. No.
You never know.
No.
You have spoken it into existence. Who knows?
Oh yeah, but maybe like a Brokeback Mountain, right? Oh. Or like a Dallas Buyers Club from like Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. And Dallas Buyers Club, something that is just like so transformative. Because I would absolutely love that. And it takes me back to my early theater days where I would get to just use acting as a playground. I would go into drama school or my acting conservatory and like put on like a New York accent, you know, from the Bronx. Yeah. Right? Like something like that. Just something just like something so unorthodox. Yeah. But, you know, that could be tough because I'm also Asian American. I don't know how much leeway I can have. I feel like Asian Americans right now in Hollywood is very much like still in a box, right?
Being boxed up.
Yeah, they're still very much boxed up. It's either like martial arts or like dorky guy or, you know, Past Lives is one of my most recent favorite movies. That is an amazing movie. That's like, that goes into my first category of like things that just feel real and raw. And I actually think I have a lot to give. I think something I would love to do like a Chinese version of Past Lives, you know? Ooh. One where it's like the complexities of like speaking two different languages, like, because I do think, you know, when you for all, I'm sure you have a lot of bilingual viewers as well, right?
Actually, most Malaysians are bilingual.
Yes.
Trilingual.
Trilingual, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I met a Malaysian who spoke 5 languages.
Technically, we can.
So
Malay,
Malay,
English, Chinese, Hokkien, Cantonese,
Canto.
Mandarin can.
Yeah.
I mean, Chinese
5.
is Hokkien, yeah. But
wow.
What about you? You can speak fluent Mandarin.
可以啊。
可以吗？
对。
And you are from?
我是在深圳出生的深圳出生，在美国那边长大。
你长大在okay. So my Mandarin is not that great. So you were born in Shenzhen. And 你在美国长大。
我是在美国长大的。
几岁搬过去哪里？你看我的 Mandarin is shit。
没事，我慢慢说，不着急。好像就是90岁左右吧，挺小的，就是小学1年级、2年级。
All right.
就搬过去了。
Primary 1 or 2.
But anyway, so speaking on the past lives thing, like I think like, you know, when you speak 2 different languages, right? I feel like you actually are 2 different people. Because who I am in when I speak English is not the same person as who I am when I'm speaking fluent Mandarin.
Yeah,
you know,
I kind of get where you're coming from.
And I think that's what I loved about Past Lives was it was the idea of like an unreachable part of someone who's bilingual. And I think that would be really nuanced. If I would love to actually work on a movie, maybe produce one, write one, I don't know, create one about a love story between two people who speaks two different languages, and you can tell maybe the conflicts and the traditions and maybe the nuances and complexities of having to speak two different languages, you know?
Now I have to go watch the show.
Movie.
Very
good.
Wow.
Very, very excellent movie.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Now, if you've been here for a while, you would know that we've been growing the podcast on our own for a while now. And one way you can really support us is by subscribing to our channel, following us on social media, and interacting with us. Leave a like, comment, react, anything if any of the episodes resonates with you. Even better yet, if you love it, share it so that we can reach more people like you. I know they're just small gestures, but they mean the world to us, and I know they will leave a big impact. Now, back to the episode. Do you watch K-dramas?
Not really.
Oh, really?
Not really, yeah.
I feel like the Korean wave has kind of landed in Hollywood for a bit, right? Like,
so that's that. I wanted to actually add that to what I was saying about Hollywood caring about money. So Asian representation is increasing, but it's not Asian American representation. It's Asian representation for whatever is trending or popular or profitable, and right now that is in the shape and form of Korean culture. So a lot of streaming services like Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, every single major streaming platform has a Korean branded mainstream show or movie that they're producing that's on their streaming services.
Lots of Korean drama originals on these platforms.
Yes, which is, I'm so happy because it's helping, I think, Asians around the world as a whole. But
it's very specific. Not everyone speaks Korean. I'm trying to learn. Almost 2 years is that it's a tough language.
It is.
It's really tough. So, quick wardrobe change. Now we match.
Yeah, now we're matching. Look at this.
Well, speaking of matching, can we just dive deep into relationship?
That was smooth. That was real good.
I watched lots of your content, so I gotta be as smooth as you, Sam. Okay, so the question is, are you single?
Yes.
Okay.
I am. Yes.
Good that you're single
and ready to mingle.
Oh yeah, let's mingle. So you are technically, basically, the internet's boyfriend that everyone is obsessed with. Does that stress you out?
Did they say that about me? Wow.
It's a thing people say.
That's pleasant.
Oh, you like that?
I like that. Okay,
so you just answered my question.
That's
you
the
like it?
New Instagram bio. A little bit unhinged.
And everyone's favorite boyfriend or something like that.
Yeah, but I can't say it. That sounds crazy coming from me. Yeah.
So let us say it.
Yeah.
Right?
Next comment. Drop a comment. Drop a comment on the last video.
So how much of your relationship content is a reflection of your real life, or is it really just...
No, some of it is. I think. Okay. It's very nuanced. It's very complicated.
Yeah. Break it out.
Okay. Some of it is. Most of it is actually through my friends and through through conversations like this. Like we'll have like a conversation about like dating or something, and then we'll bring up something kind of like interesting, and then I'll just be like, oh, I like that. Because I feel like a lot of people have this conversation. So I'll like take out my notes app and I'll like sit and write it down. Yeah. I'll start brainstorming the concept of that. Like I remember like my friends and I were talking about like the most toxic things that like guys or girls can do. And then I was like, oh, this is like such a good video premise. Yeah. So then I ended up making an Instagram reels about finding just like going on a date with like the love of your life, but it's just the most toxic girl you could possibly ever meet based off of all of my friends' experiences.
Can relate.
Yeah. So some of it is mine.
Yeah.
Most of it I would say is my friends. Yeah. And then I kind of like turn all of it into like one disastrous situation that just has all of the worst things jam-packed into one video.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And well, obviously, since your breakthrough role with Bruce, has that affected your dating life in any way? Just curious.
You know what's funny? Yeah, it has. What's funny is, after doing a show like that, I was like, oh, I'm on a TV show. Maybe that's going to be good for dating. It's like the moment someone finds out I'm Bruce's son from the brother's son, they were like, "Oh,
Wait.
I hated you."
What? For real?
Yeah.
Like, why? Did you ask why?
Yeah. I think I don't. It was more of a frustration with the story.
Okay.
Of like why did you betray the family? Which is good because it means that they
play
were
your role
deeply
well.
affected by the
Yeah.
plot line of the
Yeah.
story. They were engaged with the show.
Yeah.
Not so great for my dating, personal.
You didn't get to turn that around? But come on,
I
it's
think,
a role.
I think sometimes I have better success when they don't know I was on the brother's son.
Actually, that is quite true. I guess I was just talking to some of my friends who are also public figures.
Yeah.
That dating as a public figure is not easy. It's difficult.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
about
curious
America.
what they're. I mean, what I'm curious what they've said. If they what some of the things
They
they've
don't
struggled
really
with.
go on dating apps anymore because then
Uh-uh.
obviously, you are a public figure and most people don't think that's the real person. They think you're being catfished. That's why.
Yeah, a lot of times when I meet someone for the first time, they're like, "I was 90% sure you were a catfish."
See?
I'm like, surprise. No. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
It's okay?
I think it's fine.
Like it didn't impact it in a negative way.
I don't
except
try to let it impact me in a
Yeah.
negative way. I don't try to think too much about it.
Like, do you worry maybe some girls will want to just date you just so they can meet your friends in the scene in the entertainment industry? I don't know.
That's happened only once or twice.
Oh, really? It has happened before.
Yeah, but I feel like I sniff it out so fast.
Okay.
And it's only happened once or twice. It's not
Right.
very common. Like it happened once with an actress I went on a date with, and then she was very interested about my acting career and all of the actors I knew, and I was like, this is because on a date I want to know the person, right? I'm trying to find my future wife.
Yeah.
I want to know how compatible we are, and I feel like when that happens, I'm just like, this is weird. It feels like an interview, and so I just. Yeah, that was weird. And then there was one other time where someone was just really, I guess, in love with the idea that I was a content creator.
All right.
And they were just and they kept on throughout the date. They were like, I can't believe you're here. And then it just kind of it feels weird because then you're just because I don't know how they see me, but to me, I feel like I'm just a normal person, you know?
Yes.
And so I think sometimes when it comes to dating like that, it's oh yeah, I'm still kind of adjusting, kind of getting used to it. But I also understand because I also get extremely starstruck when I see certain people.
Did you get starstruck seeing Michelle Yeoh at first?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I wanted to ask that, but I forgot. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But there's been artists or musicians or actors or actresses I've met in real life that I'm okay, I can understand because I also feel like I'm very starstruck with the idea of that person
100%.
in front of me in real life.
100%.
So I understand.
Yeah, I think it's harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it really is harmless. But yeah, who's your celebrity crush?
Yo, relax. What is this? Let me get my notes app out. Let's see. Where's the list?
You're on the show. I have to grill you. You're going back soon, so.
Oh. It's not just one. There's a few.
Oh, okay.
In no particular order, I'm gonna start with.
That's a good one.
Yeah. There's a good amount. Yeah.
Gotcha. I kind of because that was my next question.
Okay.
So based on your crushes, I can kind of gauge. But do you really have a type?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
And does it matter if mom approves?
No.
Oh, really?
No, but I feel like my type is something that is the type of girl my mom would approve naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I've thought about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty specific, actually.
Okay.
It's pretty specific. Well, let's just start with the vanity of it all.
Yeah.
The vain.
Genetics.
I think long, luscious black hair, Asian, ideally Chinese.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to
Non-Asian.
non-Asian. I'm not opposed to non-Chinese.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm open. Listen, I think I just have a preference, right? I'm very open to like dating other types or whatever, but I think it's like Asian.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are really happy right now because you're hitting the right demographic.
Yeah, I think someone who has a sweet smile, and this is where it gets really specific. This is where it gets really, really specific. I don't know what it is. I can't exactly describe it. It's like an intangible thing.
Okay.
But it's like a girl who knows how to cosplay being shy.
Oh
She's
my
not.
God.
There's a big difference. It's not someone who's actually shy. It's a girl who cosplays being shy. So it's like, can you kind of tell do you know where I'm kind of hinting at?
Yes.
It's like she's like actually pretty confident in who she is
because it takes confidence to do what she does.
Yes, but she's like I'm shy. You should come talk to me. I'm shy. You know that when they cosplay, it's like ooh. It's
why
good.
cosplay?
Because when they're actually shy, I'm like, oh, this is uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a girl who like cosplays it.
They
do it for the sake of like the game. Oh, that's so toxic. Oh, that's so toxic. Oh my goodness.
That is so specific. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit hard. I don't think it's that hard to find. Now that you've
said
it out loud, I think.
I also like a girl who knows what they want in life and who is passionate about life.
And does it matter if they are in the same industry or not?
Yes, because I prefer that they are not.
I prefer that they are
not.
Fair.
Yes.
Very fair.
Yes. I don't think I could date an actress.
Yeah? I mean, you've tried. Didn't work out.
I don't think I can.
Yeah.
There can only be one crazy person in the relationship.
One unhinged one.
Yeah.
Just one.
And I'm taking that spot.
I love that. Well, at least you know what you want, so that narrows down a lot. So, okay. So, are you on the hunt right now because you're in Asia?
on the hunt, this guy. On the hunt. I mean, I'm in the market.
Question. So, it's your first time in Malaysia, though, right?
Yes. Let me just say, the Malaysian BGs are very, very sweet. They're very cute.
Baby girls?
Yes, the Malaysian baby girls.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so where have you gone so far?
Where have I?
In Malaysia. It's your first time in Malaysia.
Not much.
And you already like what you see.
Love what I'm seeing.
But yeah, I guess it's a bit refreshing coming from America. Just different culture, different environment altogether.
It is. Let me just say, I feel like I'm going to find my wife in this city. I think I'm going to find my wife in this country. New York is so toxic.
Really?
New York is such a toxic place to date. Everybody here feels so wholesome and sweet. From what I know, I don't know. I mean,
it is though. I think to a certain extent, yes.
Compared to New York, oh God, oh goodness.
How toxic are we talking about?
It's bad.
Is it because everyone knows everyone? So like you throw a stone at someone's friend?
No,
like
I think life just moves really fast, and I think dating culture in America is just like, it's messy.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, what was the worst date you've ever been on?
Oh, the worst date.
Yeah.
Whoa, Whoa, this is a good question. I've had a couple. I think there was one date who she ended up just like trauma dumping on me and talking. I don't want to like get too in depth with it because it's like her personal.
For sure.
It's her personal life, but she like just talked about in a lot of details all the things that was wrong with her family, and I was like, man, you need therapy. And I am not that person that should be providing that service for you.
I can give you other kinds of therapy, but not this.
Whoa.
Yeah,
late night podcast. What was that? X-rated podcast. Wait, what? Did I misinterpret that?
No, you didn't. But yeah, trauma dumping, I think probably not on the first few dates. No.
There was one where, oh man, I really don't like this type. Okay, I have a specific one I have to share. Okay, oh my God, it's a pet peeve. Oh my goodness. This is by far the worst date. I went on a date with a girl who I thought was very sweet. you know. And then the first red flag was she asked me to take her out on a dinner. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I usually prefer like something more casual, maybe coffee, matcha, you know, just like it's like a feeler.
Yes.
It's like I just want to meet that person for like, and it's like no more than an hour because what if
Coffee
we don't
is
like
the
each
best.
other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then she's like, no, I want to get dinner. You should treat me to dinner. And I was like, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm like, oh, there's a really nice Mediterranean restaurant close by. I've never tried it. I've always wanted to. Just hit the gym. Could be great to get some protein, but also they had like fresh food. So I was like, what about this place? Sent a recommendation. And then she was like, actually, can I send you a list? And I was like, what?
A list of restaurants.
Yeah, she went, actually, can I send you a list? And I was like, yeah, send over the list. I'll take a look. Sends me a list. back to back to back to back. I think it was like 4, 5, or 6 restaurants. All Michelin star, $4 sign restaurants. I actually turned that into a skit that went very viral online. But it was $4 sign restaurants. And I was like, okay, I will entertain it because I was just single.
Yeah.
I was open to the idea of trying a nice restaurant. And I am open to, you know, maybe having a fine dining experience with some company.
Yep.
I was just like, you know, I was open to the idea. So I go on this date, and then the entire time she cannot stop talking about this celebrity that she had hooked up with who dumped her. And I don't know if she was trying to like impress me.
Like,
I actually don't even think she knew. Like my show didn't even come out. Brother Son didn't even come out or anything. So I was just like a very regular person, you know, like I was just like, you know, no, she didn't know who, like she just, as far as she knew, I was just like a random guy. Right. And she just kept on going on and on about the celebrity. She was like showing me like text messages between them and was like, I'm going to leave a voice note for him tonight. I was like, man, I don't know why you need to tell me this. I'm on a date with you. Like you are talking about a celebrity you hooked up with. Like that's so weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Red flag.
LA girls. Very good. It's very typical, very, very common thing. And
Really?
that's why they say New York, LA, worst cities to date in.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that made it onto a video of mine. Did well.
So we shall do some stalking later and check that out.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, I always thought like New York's kind of like a dream city for so many of us over here.
Yeah.
And like
well, it is.
It is, right?
I still
like,
think it is.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
And I think you can meet a lot of different people. You can meet a lot of great friends. From New York. I think it's like a cultural hub. So you meet people from all over the world, and that's the best part about it.
So you're based in LA or New York?
New York now. I mean, I'm based out of both places.
Right, okay.
But I would say mainly New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam, I'm curious, right? What is your toxic trait?
Toxic traits. Oh, like in dating or in life?
Dating. Since we're talking about dating. Am I putting you on the spot too much?
No.
I feel like you can take it.
I love too hard.
I'm
too passionate. I care too much.
Oh my Jesus! I love that. I expected nothing less.
If I'm gonna be serious,
oh, well, you're not okay. Yeah.
Yeah. In all seriousness, I think I might have really high standards, like really high expectations for my partner. I feel like I am looking for something kind of specific.
Yeah.
But like if that person has like checks those qualifications, it's like marry me tomorrow sort of thing. But if I don't see that in them, it's really, really hard for me to want something more serious and long term.
Okay.
And I would say that's probably my most toxic trait is I think I'm I'm quite specific, and
you know what you want.
I know what I want. But I also like the okay, so that's two parts. That's not the part that makes it toxic. The part that makes it toxic is I also like to meet and entertain not relationships, but like a relationship with a person. So I could end up kind of like falling for someone, but deep down inside, I'm like, oh, I don't know how serious it can get.
Right.
But I end up really gravitating towards certain aspects or traits of that person. That is pretty toxic. I'm not gonna lie, because I think even having a checklist is pretty toxic. I would say that. Yeah, I would say that's pretty toxic.
Having a checklist is okay, but if you require that person to check every single
no, it's not like that. Like I've been quite realistic with it, and I think like maybe it could grow on me, and some of those things will fade, or like some of those things I'm like, oh, they can work on, right? Like I think I'm very realistic with those standards, but I do feel like I want something quite specific.
Yeah.
And it's rare. The times where I've seen it, I'm like, man, who wouldn't want that person? Right? Like there's so many people chasing that kind of person. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And when was the last time you cried?
Cried?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it was on the plane to coming to Asia. I saw this Chinese movie on. I forgot what it was called, but it had a dog named Ke. Yeah, Cola. And it was about this girl who lost her dad on a ski trip, and but her dad was like reincarnated. It was such a goofy premise, but it was like her dad was like reincarnated into this like white Labrador, and she like is facing life with her single mom, and she like falls in love with this guy, and the guy was like not right for her at the time because she needs to focus on school, but it was so lovely because they got married. But then by the time they get married, the dog was old, and then like we know that the dad is like the dog. It's like hinting that he's reincarnated as the dog. And then I remember there was a scene where like the dog was like dying, but then they were getting married with this guy. And then there was like this flashback of like the dad being like, I will be there for you when you get married. I will be there for you when you finally meet the love of your life. And then she's getting married, you know? Mm-hmm. But then the dog is like getting sick and like dying, and then she's like, and he's really sick, and then after they get married, they're like, where's the dog? And then they're looking for the white Labrador, and then they find it in the corner, and he slowly passes away. And it was like his dad was like fighting for his, fighting to stay alive so that he could see her get married.
The dad. Yeah. So our producer just said, so the dad died twice.
Yeah, technically. I guess so.
Oh my God, that was so.
After that, he's gonna get reincarnated as a cat in the next life because that's
9
the next
lives.
Logical.
Very unhinged, very on brand, Sam.
It was very sad. It was very sad. It reminded me of my own dog's passing, and it's like something about it just. Like,
I think I can't do like dying dogs films. Like it just crushes me. I cannot.
Such a cop out.
Yeah. But hey, it's been so nice getting to know you, Sam. Like, I think we loved watching you on TV, but like even better in real life. Like, you're so chatty, so fun. Like, just good person all around. And I hope you find your wife someday.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, no rush though.
You too. I hope you find your husband.
Yeah, I hope so too. I thought my husband was Park Seo-joon, not anymore, I guess. Okay, so I think before you go, and before I ask the 3 questions I ask all my guests.
Oh, okay.
What is next for Samsung Lee?
What is next?
What's next?
Man. You can't ask an actor this, man.
I know,
they don't even know what's next. I would like to, you know what? I got a good one.
Yeah.
I would like to learn how to sing.
Hey.
And play an instrument.
Hey.
Something I think I was deprived of growing up.
Uh-huh.
I loved sports.
Yeah.
My family pushed me to do sports.
Uh-huh.
But I would like to find a rhythm.
Maybe we'll see you in like a musical film or something next time.
Yeah, maybe. Give 10 years, maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
So, the 3 questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
First question. What are you currently head over heels for? I love how everyone pauses about this.
It's bad.
I love it. Take your time.
Malaysian BGs.
You know what? Enjoy them. Enjoy them. I love that you love our Malaysian
Yes.
BGs.
I'm head over heels for Malaysian girls in Malaysia.
You have made many, many ladies watching and listening to this so happy. They are grinning from ear to ear right now. So maybe your future wife is listening to this.
Future wife, if you're seeing this, please DM me on Instagram.
It might actually happen, guys. Please, if it does, oh my God. It's crazy how much I have actually manifested in the past year. I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen. Anyway, next question.
Okay.
Best or worst advice you've ever received?
You want me to give you both?
Either one. Also can.
Just one.
Either one. Or.
The best advice I've ever gotten is life is short. Nothing matters. We are a speck in the sand of a beach of a universe. Wait, fuck. I think I fucked that up. Oh, you get the point. We're a speck in the universe. We're a speck in the universe. Chase your damn dreams. Live your life.
Yeah.
You have one life. Live it to the fullest.
Love it.
And don't have any regrets.
Mm-hmm. And last one, if you could be remembered for one thing beyond your money, beyond your success, beyond Hollywood, beyond fame, what would it be? One thing, Sam.
I hope that people remember Sam as a good guy, you know?
Yeah.
A good guy. Someone who was empathetic and sweet and generous, because I think these are all qualities that I hope to embody more and more, and I think it's the best way of living, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is generous with their energy.
I mean, you are very generous with your energy.
Oh, thank you.
And we loved having you here.
Well.
Please come back again and then maybe meet some of our Malaysian BGs. Maybe I put you on with one. I don't know, like a blind date or something. I think it would be so fun. But yes, Sam, thank you so much for coming. It's been so nice having you.
Oh, it's been a freaking blast to be here.
Malaysia loves you, I think. I think they love you already.
Love you too, Malaysia.
All right, like I always say, don't forget to fall head over heels for yourself first and always. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Head over heels. Head over heels. Head over heels. Head over heels. Head over heels.